Hi, I'm Marni Battista, and welcome to the 16-week process to reverse aging to look and feel 20 years younger. So, this video is for women who are successful, over 40, and are starting to feel and look old. Life feels boring, feels stagnant, and you have this sense deep down that you know there must be something more to life. You just don't know what it is, and you don't know how to change it. What I'm going to do is help you reverse aging to look and feel literally like 20 years younger in the next 16 weeks. And do that without having to spend excessive amounts of money on pills and products and potions or surgery or even talk therapy. And do it all through what I call my midlife reinvention method. Let me explain how this worked by way of my two clients, Nancy. So, Nancy was a corporate executive. She turned 60 and she was like, this was not how I wanted my life to look at 60. She was working 60, 70 hours a week, never even closing her laptop, not even on the weekends. She wasn't exercising. She was ignoring her social life. She was burned out. And what we did when we worked together was completely create a plan to exit. So she set her retirement date. She created a plan to begin experimenting how she's going to live abroad. And she also created a plan to have a consulting business so that while she's retired, she's going to create a life and a business she actually doesn't need to retire from because it's fulfilling from the inside out. She's lost weight. And you know what? People are asking her, Nancy, what did you do? Because everything about Nancy, from the way she looks to the way she talks to her body language to her energy, is completely different. Or my client, Jamie. So, Jamie and I worked together, and finally, after years, because I'm always everyone's last stop, she released all this childhood trauma that had been a weight and a burden and a heaviness on her. She started a new side business. And because she started to fall in love with herself, have unwavering confidence, she started to date and attract really amazing men. And for the first time, Jamie felt like the freaking prom queen, right? Where like she got to choose. So many quality men were attracted to her. She'd become sort of irresistible. And so now she's got her front runner and they're talking about being exclusive. And she wakes up excited about her day, feeling passionate about life rather than the old way, which was feeling like it was Groundhog Day. So if you've tried all the pills, the potions, the creams, maybe even thought about or had surgery or Botox, or you've bought weight loss programs, or you've had eyelash extensions, or you've gone to therapy, or you listen to podcasts, read books, or maybe yoga and affirmations are how you've tried to feel better and feel younger. But nothing is filling that empty, that hole in your soul, and you still feel like you're unsatisfied, like something is missing and you can't put your finger on it. I'm going to tell you exactly why you feel that way. And the reason why none of those things work is because if you're constantly chasing that feeling, that felt sense of joy and passion and feeling alive in your life on the external, what happens is because you've avoided the root problem that's keeping you actually stuck, causing your body to flood with cortisol and adrenaline and have dis-ease and injuries and joint pain and just feeling old, it's because those external things never meet the mark. So you might feel better for a short time after that vacation or that weekend or that shopping spree or that facial, but it doesn't work for the long term, right? Because ultimately that next thing fades away. And then you're on the search for what's the other next thing. And when you wake up in the morning and go to bed at night, that thought still plays in your mind of like, why? I have everything. Why am I not happy? And the reason is because the transformation, the reverse aging happens when you finally look at the problem from the inside out, right? We have to actually look at what is the root of the cortisol, adrenaline, all that stuff that's flooding your nervous system. And once we actually can identify that and shift it, and walk through this inside out process, then everything changed, right? So let me tell you about the 3 steps that are part of the reinvention method that are going to allow you to do this in just 16 weeks. So the first shift is that you have to focus on what I call the stressors, right? Because in life, 2 things will cause stress: when you get what you don't want, and when you don't get what you want. And that happens all day long, every day. And every time that happens, your body right now is being flooded with cortisol and adrenaline, right? And so, what we have to do, because those things are impacting your aging, right? They're releasing trauma into your tissues, into your fascia, into your muscles. So, what we have to do is we have to actually go to the root and rewire how you respond to those experiences in your life so that you stop releasing all of that trauma, all of that stress, all of that worry right into your body. This is a long-term solution that will be age defying, not just once, but for the rest of your life once you learn how to do this. The second shift is this: we have to stop what I call the momentum tunnel. Here's what I mean by that. Your life right now was designed not by you or for you. It was designed 20 years ago, probably by a lot of shoulds put on you by society or expectations of others. And we all know we're not the same person now that we were 20 years ago, right? But that old identity has a lot of momentum. It has your job, it has your friends, it has those 60-hour work weeks, it has doing everything for everyone else. So in this second shift, we have to stop that momentum and actually discover, who are you now? Really, who are you now without all the crap, right? Without all the old behaviors and patterns and traumas that aren't serving you. And once we do that, we actually start to have a new identity, and then we create new momentum for a new future, a new aligned version of your life where you get to live life on your terms in a way that feels like you wake up every morning and life freaking blows your hair back. Now, the third shift is, once that you know who you are, there's no more cortisol, adrenaline, you're not getting flooded in your nervous system every day. We start to actually design your life based on who you really are at a soul level. That's the spiritual work, right? At the deepest level. So it's almost like you get to create a Jackson Pollock, right? Where your soul is just expressed in every single thing that you do in your life. And that makes you feel like life, what I call, blows your hair back, right? And once you do more of that through the process of experimentation and life design, which is an actual process, right? You're in the mode of creation. And when we are in creation in our life, we actually start to feel enlivened. And we feel like we are living life rather than the old way, which is where life is living you. So if you are like my clients who are successful, but you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of not feeling fulfilled, of worrying that this is going to be all there is, and you want a proven process to looking and feeling younger and feeling amazing that will defy aging for the long term, and do that in just 16 weeks, I'm taking on a handful of new clients this month, and I am ready to work with ladies who are ready to make this kind of change. So just click the link below to book a call, and we'll have a chat to see if it makes sense to work together. Mwah.